Hi, shalom everybody. Ooh, you've spotted the new puppets. So what do you think it's time for? You've got it. Puppet show, it's puppet show time. Puppet show, it's puppet show time. I wonder what we're learning today. Can you guess? It's about Sfiras HaOmer and a day that is on it. Let's recap. What did we learn about yesterday? What Yom Tov is coming up next? Do you remember? It's got to do with the present from Hashem, the Torah. It is Shavuos. You're right. Shavuos is in a long time, right? 37 days. So every day we are going to cut off. I hope you've made this Sfiras HaOmer paper chain. Every day we're going to cut off one day until we reach Shavuos, the Torah. So before we cut it off, let's sing our Sfiras HaOmer song. For 7 weeks we count the days, we do mitzvot so many ways, we cannot wait to celebrate Matan Torah. For 7 weeks we count the days, we do mitzvot so many ways, we cannot wait to celebrate Matan Torah. Each year we get again a present from Hashem. It is the Torah and we love it so much. Each year we get again a present from Hashem. It is the Torah and we love it so much. So today is day 12. I've got my scissors. I've got to do this with an adult and I'm going to cut. Day 12 off, I'll throw that out, or I could use it for a cutting activity. And now I've got less paper chains and we're getting closer to getting the Torah. Oh my gosh. On one of my paper chains, look what I see. It says 33. There's a fire. I'm going to tell you what that means. Okay? On day 33 of Sfiras HaOmer, there is a really special day, and it's called Lag BaOmer. Can you say Lag BaOmer? Lag BaOmer. Lag BaOmer is a wonderful, amazing, happy, special day, and it comes before Shavuos. Should I show you where? It comes on day 33 of the Sfiras HaOmer. Let's look at our Sfiras HaOmer chart. Here is, our Moshe, and he's going from day 11 to day 12 until he gets all the way to 49 and the present from Hashem, the Torah. But on day 33, it is special. It's called Lag BaOmer, and we're gonna learn why. And while we learn why, we need to be introduced to our new puppets. Now you will have found them in your pack for today. I've colored them in, so you can too. If you want, I can give you both versions, the color and the black and white. So either you could use what I've colored or you can color it yourself. So I'm going to introduce you to the new puppets, okay? Now this is a story, a real true story, which means it's non-fiction that happened a long time ago. A long time ago, there was a man and he's got a funny name. His name was Kalba Savua. That's a funny name, isn't it? Can you say it after me? Kalba Savua. Kalba Savua, Kalba Savua, that is my name. So this is Kalba Savua. And this is Kalba Savua's daughter, Rachel. Can you say hi? Hello. It's so nice to meet you all. I'd love to be a puppet, and I'd love for you to learn about Lag BaOmer. I wonder what happens. So you see, this is Rachel. She's got beautiful long hair that I drew. And her daddy, Kalba Savua. Here is their house. So let's move them a little bit this way. This is their house. Okay. Now, Kalba Savua was a very rich man. That means he had a lot of money. But he was a very nice rich man. he would make sure to give a lot of poor people money, and he would feed people who had no food. He would say, come into my house, come. He would invite people into his and Rachel's house. He would give them food, and when they left, they were not hungry anymore. Thank you very much, Kalba Savua. You are such a nice man. So Kalba Savua lived with his daughter Rachel in this house. Rachel, you're getting older. It's time for you to get married. I want an amazing man for you. Someone who learns lots of Torah, because you're a very clever girl, and someone who's good. So Kalba Savua would invite different men to come to the house for Rachel to choose who she'd like to marry. And every day a different man would come, and he would learn Torah, he would show off, and Rachel would look and say, no, Dad, I don't want to marry him. Oh, Rachel, you need to find somebody to marry. Who is it going to be? So there are a lot of different people that came. They all wanted to marry Rachel. They wanted to marry Kalba Savua's daughter. Here he is over here. Show us how you learn a lot of Torah, please. And Rachel would look and she would say, no, Daddy, I don't want to marry him. That's okay. Rachel could not find somebody that she wanted to marry. Now we're going to be introduced to my favorite person in this Lag BaOmer story. So I'm going to move Kalba Savua's house around and I'm going to show you. This is Kalba Savua's land. Do you see? There's grass. And in those days, you should remember, everybody had lots of animals, especially sheep. And the more sheep you had, the richer you were. Kalba Savua has a lot of sheep. Do I watch these sheep by myself? No, we know what type of person watches sheep. A shepherd. Moshe was a shepherd in the Pesach story, right? This is a different shepherd, and I want to introduce you to him. This shepherd, his name is Akiva. Can you say Akiva? Akiva. This is the shepherd, Akiva. Now, if you notice, Akiva has something stuck inside his body. Can you see what it is? I know it's back to front. Can you see that it's Aleph Bet? Akiva has Aleph Bet stuck inside of him, and I'm going to tell you why. I grew up with not a lot of money. My mommy and daddy didn't have enough money to send me to school. I never learned what an Aleph is. I don't even know the Aleph Bet, and I'm already a man. I don't know how to learn Torah. I don't know anything. All I know is how to watch sheep. I wish I could learn a lot of Torah. I wish I knew a lot, but I don't. My only job is a shepherd. So Akiva would watch Kalba Savua's sheep all day. And he was an amazing shepherd. Do you see this little lamb in his arm? He was kind to all the sheep. He made sure that they were all not hungry. They all had enough to eat. They all were not too cold or too hot. He was a wonderful shepherd. And every day he would watch the sheep. And who was watching him? Rachel. And Rachel would look and she'd say, this Akiva, he's such a nice man. He's much nicer than any of the men that my daddy showed me. I really think this Akiva is someone special. I would love to marry him, but do you think my daddy will let me marry a man who doesn't even know an Aleph? My daddy's so strict, but I think this Akiva, he could be someone amazing. So do you know what? Rachel and Akiva became friends. And they decided together that they wanted to get married. But I don't know if I should marry you, Rachel, because you know all the Aleph Bet and you know the Torah, and I don't even know what an Aleph looks like. Akiva was nervous. So Rachel, being a wonderful woman, she said, don't worry, Akiva. When I marry you, you're going to go to school. You're going to go to a yeshiva. And you're going to learn everything. But I'm too old to learn. I don't know how smart. She said, "It's never too late, Akiva. You can start learning whenever you're ready." "But your daddy won't let you marry me because I don't know how to learn." "Don't worry, Akiva." So even though Rachel knows her daddy is going to be upset, she decides to marry the shepherd Akiva, who doesn't even know the Aleph base. They're all stuck inside of him. Let's see what happens when Rachel tells her daddy that she's going to marry Akiva. So let me put the sheep away. And let's move it back to the house. "Hey Rachel, what did you want to tell me?" "Oh, I'm very, very nervous. Do you think my daddy will be happy that I'm marrying the shepherd Akiva?" "You don't think so? Me neither. But I'm going to be brave." So Rachel says, "Daddy, you're going to be really happy. I found a man to marry." "Oh, you did? Oh my goodness. Is it him?" "No." Who is it? Which Talmud Chacham? Which man that learned? Is it this guy?" "No, Dad." "Then who? Who are you going to marry?" "I'm going to marry Akiva." "Who's Akiva?" "Akiva is your shepherd." "My shepherd? But he knows nothing. He doesn't even know what an olive looks like." "Daddy, that's because he never learned. He's going to go to school and yeshiva and he's going to learn. I just know it. He's a really smart man. He's just never been given a chance." And this is when Kalba Savor got angry. "No, Rachel, if you marry Akiva, who knows no Torah, you're not allowed in my house anymore. I'm not going to help you with any money. I'm not going to give you money for clothes or for food. You're going to be all by yourself. Are you still going to marry Akiva?" And Yeladim, Rachel was really brave and she said, "Yes, Daddy, I'm still going to marry Akiva." And this is a bit of a scary part, so I'll make sure I don't make it too scary. Kalba Savor says, "Rachel, get out of my house and I never want to see you back here again." So crying, Rachel said, "I'm sorry you feel like that, Daddy, but I know Akiva's someone special. And when he learns, he's going to become someone amazing." Do you think Rachel's right? I think so too. So even though Kalba Savor is a great man and he's kind to all the poor people, he was not kind enough to let Rachel marry Akiva. He didn't believe that Akiva could learn. So poor Rachel left her house and she went to live with Akiva in a tiny, tiny little house. They didn't have any money because remember, all Akiva is a shepherd. But Rachel is happy because she knows Akiva is going to learn Torah. Now Rachel was so brave. Do you know where they had to sleep every night? They slept on a bale of hay. "I'm used to sleeping in beautiful beds and pillows, but I'm just happy to marry Akiva. I believe when he starts learning, he's going to become a great rabbi." So Rachel and Akiva get married. But Akiva is scared to go to school. Every day Rachel says, "Akiva, it's time for you to go to school and learn your alphabet. I am telling you, once you learn a little bit, you're going to learn lots more." "I'm scared, Rachel." Akiva was scared. "Why are you scared, Akiva?" "Everybody's going to laugh at me. I'm going to have to go to preschool with the little kids and learn Aleph. I don't even know what an Aleph looks like." "Akiva, don't be scared. It will be okay." But Akiva was too scared. He didn't want everybody to laugh at him. So we're going to stop the puppet show here. We'll continue it tomorrow. I hope you remember everybody's name. And I've got a little bit of a song to start teaching you. And we'll learn the rest of it when we learn the rest of the story. It starts like this. Some of you might know it. Many years ago, a poor shepherd boy watched the sheep all day. Akiva didn't even know the alphabet, which all of us can say. Akiva didn't even know the alphabet, which all of us can say. Rachel, his smart wife, gave him good advice. This is what she said: it's never too late to start learning Torah if you use your head. It's never too late to start learning Torah if you use your head. Do you think Akiva is going to go learn Torah? In tomorrow's puppet show, he will. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. I love teaching the story of Akiva. And what does he have to do with Lag BaOmer? The day that happens on day 33 of Sfiras HaOmer? You'll find out next time, okay? It was so good to see you all. Wave goodbye. Bye.